So thanks. Today we're going to talk about how can banks not just survive in a world of automated finance, but thrive in a world of automated finance. When have you experienced a company that's truly looking out for you as an advocate? I'll tell you a short story. I was traveling last year, staying at a Starwoods, actually here in Texas. And I noticed that the handle on my suitcase had fractured. So a well-meaning repairman came up and put his super duper glue in just such a place that it froze my telescopic handle, rendering the suitcase unusable. I continued my travel, but a week later when I got home, there was a new Toomey rollaway waiting for me. So some enlightened regional manager said, this guy is worth something to us. Let's deliver him a very personalized experience. Or he thought that I'd be telling a group of travel warriors to visit with Starwood. And I'm sure that each of you in your banks have these kinds of stories where your bankers, your relationship managers have gone above and beyond to create highly personalized experiences. And perhaps it's more focused on those customers that are the most profitable ones. But with today's advancements in data, in advanced technology, we would argue that you can bring these kinds of personalized experiences to your entire customer base. We know that retail customers are very receptive to receiving advice from their banks. This is research from Celent and also Jody Power. And it suggests that 78% of consumers are seeking personal advice from their banks. And in fact, 89% say they benefited when they received advice. But another recent survey from Celent says that 43% of consumers said that my primary bank really knows me and understands me. And a smaller fraction recall receiving advice. So why is it so difficult for us to really understand and know customers? This is Capgemini research around what these impediments are. And these are going to look, I think, quite familiar to you. The first one, around lack of strategic focus. So perhaps one part of the enterprise is very focused on really deepening understanding of consumers, but it's hard to have the rest of the enterprise create that same strategic focus. The second is around data silos. Our data is in disparate data warehouses and silos. Third, around quality. Quality isn't good enough. The timeliness is not good enough. The availability is not good enough. And fourth, a lack of data analytics talent. And if you have all those things, then it could be that the time to get to an effective use case with high business impact is elongated. Now, all of you have some kind of an app that's a favorite app. Despite some of these data challenges, what would it take for you to deliver truly delightful experiences? Now, I know in our house, unfortunately, that app is Fortnite, and that's a different issue because of my kids. But I would argue for banks, there's an opportunity to create truly delightful experiences that show that you're looking out for consumers. So in a world of automated finance, we believe that banks that are embracing advocacy can have an advantage. Now we know that consumers highly trust banks on dimensions of safety, service, soundness. Plus, we've spent the last dozen years investing in technologies that have improved the digital functionality, that have improved the experience, that have made the app faster as well. And that's created active digital users. But what's beyond active digital users? And we would argue that to truly deliver on customer advocacy, you need to move up the value hierarchy to anticipating consumers' needs, taking action on their behalf by making it easier for them, and building enough trust that they empower the bank to do the thinking for them, to improve their financial well-being. And we believe this is what comes beyond active. This is what results in highly engaged, highly loyal customers, and a sense of advocacy. So from a business model perspective, we've thought a lot about this vision of self-driving finance, which would allow that to occur. And I'd like to share with you the stages along the way of the maturity path to self-driving finance. The first is the obvious one, which is data. Being able to interpret the data, being able to cleanse it, enrich it, categorize it, so it can be understood and consumers can see what happened. Second step, though, is a critical one, which is providing the insights. Insights around what's important. How do I better manage my day-to-day banking? What should I be aware of? And third, delivering personalized advice on top of those insights. Advice that is contextual, it's relevant, it's transparent to the consumer, it conveys a confidence level, and it shows that this is advice that's focused on the consumer's well-being and improvement, and it's built on the foundation of insights. And then the last stage is around automation, which is really the exciting future, which is having enough trust with consumers, knowing the consumers well enough that they allow you to automate for them. Not just make decisions, but move money for them as well. So the first instance of this is savings, helping save. In the future, banks can help consumers save, pay down debt, and invest, depending on what's right for that consumer at that particular point in time. And this is what we espouse as the vision of self-driving finance, where you can see in the icon, it's a hands-off and eyes-off, because the bank is looking out for you and helping you improve your financial well-being. So this is the vision, but this is also rapidly coming to life. Our cycle times are indeed shortening across industries. Metro Bank has delivered personalized insights and advice within their mobile app, and they have now become the highest rated mobile app in the UK. RBC has championed something called Nomi, and within Nomi is something called Find and Save. That's a personalized automated savings program, which they have said has become on track to be the #1 net new savings account opening platform. Other banks like BNP Paribas in Paris have developed a solution called Genius, which they promote as an advocacy and wellness solution. And then new digital bank propositions. This is UOB that's launched in Thailand with a bank called Tomorrow. And what's most exciting is there's more coming as well. So we fully expect to see in the market this year banks that are leveraging insights and advice that's focused on small business customers to help improve their cash flow needs. And then lastly, banker enablement. Thank you for the cheer. We clearly have a small business banker owner there. Woo. And then lastly, which is enabling the banker to be more effective. We know that today bankers have their marketing campaigns, they have leads. This is delivering to bankers a curated set of insights and identifying what are the insights that they should take action on, thereby redefining how bankers engage with customers moving forward. So the vision is coming to life, and we just a little bit about Personetics. We were fortunate enough to partner with some of the leading banks in the world, and you'll hear from Courtney today around Huntington, and she'll share her story as well. And we offer solutions in a new category, and that category is around customer advocacy and empowerment. And while this is a new category, I'd like to make somewhat of a bold prediction, which is that the first stages of self-driving finance, personalized insights and advice, is so compelling that it will be ubiquitous in the next 3 years. And we think that as leading banks deliver this solution and consumers are able to embrace it, they will expect it of their banks. It'll set a new bar in terms of experience. And then those banks that embrace and innovate around self-driving finance will lead in the transition towards autonomous banking.